it's the most wonderful time of the year. We got some CBL baseball regular season action to talk about, guys. Welcome to our voyage into season 2, a weekly CBL Changeup podcast. Guys, Dan, Braeden, hope you enjoy our smiling faces because it's going to be like this every single week for the next few months. Are you guys ready? Are you guys pumped for some regular season CBL baseball?
For sure. Let's get to it.
All right. So we're going to get right into it. First off, I just got to give kudos to Patrick Melbourne. He's been the one that's been helping us out with all the thumbnails and all the graphics throughout the off season, revamped it for the regular season. Pat, thank you so much, guys. If you want to get some work done, Patrick, he does great work. Find out how to get access to him in the description. Well, one game to talk about, Leafs and Panthers at Christie Pitts on Sunday. It was the Yasiel Puig game. 8-6 final for the Leafs. Yasiel Puig responsible for 4 of those runs, hit a 3-run fence scraper home run early, and then a ball that I don't think has even landed as of yet. So 2 homers for him. But despite the power of Puig, the Panthers, they came close. It was a back and forth affair. They just weren't able to, get the lead. They did have the lead runner, or they had the go-ahead run at the dish in the 9th inning. They just weren't able to get the job done. Guys, your assessment of that Leafs Panthers CBL opening game.
Well,
go ahead, Braeden.
Yeah, without 66 there, very lackluster. I've seen the brand of Maple Leafs baseball for a decade, and it was different. It's the first game of the year, but it was just like kind of left you wanting more and hoping for more. But yeah, with that being said, you know what? Like Owen McNeil had a great 3-inning outing to start. You know what? He is, again, it's early, but he hit his spots, and yeah, he gave up a wall scraper. That was literally a fly ball in any other stadium. So that's my thoughts. Like, yeah, 8-6, but could have gone the other way, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Kitchener had their chances, bases loaded late. Good play at third base. Kept the game with Toronto in the lead. Definitely had some old IBL similarities with 11 walks, 6 hit by pitches. Early on, the pitchers, looked like it's pretty windy out there, a little cool. So the pitcher's not quite stretched out all the way. So yeah, even Yadian was still able to go 5, but Kitchener used 3 different pitchers. So yeah, first game under the belt. Like Braeden said, it was a Puig show on Sunday afternoon.
Just a couple of other stats from that. Yeah, first off, Yadier Martinez starting against his former team. Jordan Mandalay getting the start at short against his former team too. But also, it feels like a very hitter-friendly ballpark kind of thing, I guess, from the other side of things where you don't want to leave everything over the plate. So a lot of patience, 11 walks, 6 hit batters as well. Are you guys surprised by that?
Not really. Christie Pitts. I don't know about you two, but it's an awful mound. So not shocked. These guys aren't used to something like that. So to have your first game on that mound, it's like, oh gosh, here we go. Let the roller coaster begin.
Yeah, early on in the season, again, guys still stretching out. It's not difficult. The conditions, field, cold weather for some of these, some of the Latin pitchers. Not coming up to a cold, windy day in Toronto. Not ideal conditions. Things will get better as things warm up and as pitchers get into their regular routines, their regular 4 or 5 days. We should see some improvement, hopefully.
Well, again, the Maple Leafs and the Panthers, it was a final score 8-6. Technically, the Leafs are in first place right now.
Hey, well.
On pace for 48 wins.
On pace for 48 wins. Yasiel Puig on pace for how many home runs?
Do the math. Times 2.
96.
There you go.
I think that's over the prediction that Thomas West put on the season preview podcast. What do you have? Like over 24 and a half? something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, Thomas, you're well on your way to getting your over and getting your cash out there, bud. We'll talk about those predictions in just a moment, but just to kind of continue on with some of the other action that was seen over the last week. Again, Kitchener getting a couple of preseason games in too. They do have one scheduled against Chatham Kent this week. See if the weather holds up for that. But Panthers going into Chatham Kent, going into London, coming out with a couple of victories. First off, in London, climbing back from a 6-0 deficit, they claw their way to a victory in Chatham Kent. Another back and forth affair where it seemed like anybody was going to take it, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, your analysis of that preseason game and just what you saw in that game.
Yeah, for Kitchener, Liberta looked really good. He came out and started the game, did 3 innings, held down Chatham pretty well. Chatham no one pitched more than 2 innings for Chatham. A little bit of defensive errors cost them. They had 3 errors on the infield, so that led to at least a couple runs. So this league pitching and defense, right? So definitely a factor. On the back end for Kitchener, Bowen Cologne, he's going to be a problem. If he's going to be the 8th, 9th inning guy, he just came out of the pen and was just throwing missiles. And then once people started trying to catch up that fastball, he'd just throw a knee buckler. So Chatham had no chance in him in that 9th inning with the 2-run lead. So, and Penalver is going to be strong. Puig was great at third base. So they're a solid team. Chatham still missing Morrison. They're just starting regionals. But some of the new faces that CK has got, they're going to be able to put up some runs this year. In the past, maybe the 7, 8, 9 hitters were a little bit on the below average size of statistically, but this time they look like they can put 10, 11 guys into that starting 9 and not necessarily have a weak spot in there. So offensively, they look like they're going to be strong. It's going to come down to pitching. If they can find 4 arms every time through the rotation that they can count on, that'll be a big factor. They just got Pettipiece back in the bullpen out of Trois-Rivières. He's an important lefty out of the pen, and Garrett Day just throwing shot puts. As soon as the guys put a bat on it, it's like hitting a shot put, and it just rolls to second or short. So he'll be in the back end of the bullpen as well for Chatham.
When you take a look at some of the other preseason games, I don't want to go into every single one because it looks like every team was able to get in at least a game of preseason action. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Hamilton Cardinals defeating the Welland Jackfish. And again, it's a preseason game, but when you take one over to the defending champs, even if they're a bit shorthanded, I mean that's going to go to your confidence going into the games that count.
Yeah, it's a moral victory there for the room. Does it count? No, but it is what it is. I think you can, as a player, you want every advantage going into the regular season as you can get, and knocking off the team that hoisted the trophy, that's a big victory in my book. So if you catch a good vibe at the start of the year, ride the wave and see what happens.
Yeah, Hamilton's they've proven in the past they can play with the best of them. They can play with Barry and Welland. Anytime where you're anchored by Owen Boone, and then offensively you got Duncan, Dominguez, and some others, they're as dangerous as a team there is in the CBL.
All right, let's get into our preseason 1 through 9 predictions. Generated a lot of buzz on social media as well as within a certain Facebook group. Whether it's for good or what were you thinking on that one? We're going to break down some of our predictions here. Neil's not here to break down his predictions, but we'll start with Dan. Your predictions here. We have it on the screen. Welland, London, Barrie, Hamilton, Chatham, Kent making the playoffs. Guelph, Toronto, Brantford, Kitchener. That rounds out your 1 through 9. I mean, there's some obvious ones in there. Obviously, Welland, all 4 of us have them in the top spot, but there are a few differences in between what you have and what the rest of us have. Maybe just kind of break down just your thought process.
Sure. Yeah, Welland, like we said, is going to be in the top spot until someone takes them down. They've earned that top spot, so we're just going to move on from them. London feels like it's going to be the great unknown. So many new faces. They've always been near or at the top of the standings in the top handful of spots. Numbers wise, they still have those core guys. You still got Piano, you still got Keys, Janice, Diolio. So you have a smaller core, but there's still a good core there. So if these new players come in, and there's 15 plus, probably more than 15 now, the new faces to that team, if they come in and what their numbers say they can do, they could be up at the top of the standings as well. Barry, again, we talked about it with Owen Boone. Frank Garces, same thing. He's going to anchor that rotation. It's someone you can rely on. You want to win all those Frank Garces 14 or 15 starts all year long, as many of them as you can. So Barry's you expect to see up there as well. That middle of the pack, once you start getting to Hamilton, CK, Guelph, and even Toronto, I'm going to mention, it's almost like flipping a coin. Who's going to come out with the most pitching? Who's going to play some defense? All these teams have had issues in the past seasons that we've seen. But right now I had Hamilton and CK pulling the last two playoff spots to play in that play-in game. So we'll see how that finishes up. But Guelph and Toronto can definitely give them a run for their money as well to get those last spots. And at the bottom, I still have Brantford and Kitchener. Brantford's improved. They're getting better. Only 12 wins last year, I believe. So they're going to have to probably double that to even have a chance of getting into that 4 or 5 spot. And then Kitchener as well. Always a tough park to play in for those pitchers. So if they can, they've looked good. Like I said, Liberta looked good the other day and Cologne on the back, but that's how my ranking's set up. But who knows what it's going to look like come the end of August.
Well, speaking of the great unknown, Dan has London in second. Braeden, you have them in eighth. Let's run through your 1 through 9 real quick, and then we'll touch on that. Welland, Barry, Hamilton, Guelph, Chatham can't make in the playoffs. Brantford, Kitchener in the 6-7. And then London and Toronto rounding out your 1 through 9. Is the London thing maybe just a more of a, everything can go absolutely right and they kind of go more into Dan's direction, or it can go absolutely wrong and they can, dip as low as where you have them at this point in time?
Yeah. For my prediction, I hope I'm wrong. Don't come at me. Welland, they're the champs. They're number 1. Barry, they came second, number 2. Hamilton, last year they had high expectations to do something cool. Fell short of that, retooled. They're now in the 3 spot. But this is where it kind of gets fun. Guelph, guys that have been around this league, have baseball resumes, understand how the ebbs and flow of baseball goes. They're there. Chatham Kent, young group. I think this is the year they kind of break through and come together. They've had the bumps in the road, the learning curve of the league. I think this is where they go. Brantford, young group. They're all together. He's bringing in the same guys. They went on a heater last year. Keep on going on. Kitchener, a lot of guys that played in the league, played against each other. Now they're playing with each other. How's that going to work? We don't know. So that's an unknown for me. That's why they're there. London, they have a core. Diolio, Piano, Janice, Keys, add in Alex Springer. That is it. The rest are new. For the guys that are new to this, I have played on the best team that London Majors have ever assembled. I've also played on a team where if anything could go wrong, it went wrong. Let's hope this is not one of those situations. Roop and Scott put literally every single ounce of energy in their life into this team. This is something that they care a lot more than what people should care about. And I give them the utmost respect and credit for this, because without them, this is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And these new guys, after I watched 2 games of, again, this is going to be bulletin board material. Okay. Bulletin board material.
That's why we're doing it.
Probably the sloppiest infield I've ever seen. And I don't think anyone can disagree with that. Like, as a former player watching that, I was literally thinking in my brain, I hope to God those pitchers are not losing their mind on these players right now, because I felt so bad for them, especially Piano. That guy threw an absolute gem, and to have what happened happen, like, I'm losing my mind out there. I'm like, make a routine play one time for me.
Yeah.
So that's why they're there. They'll have to buy in, because if you do not, there is a door at that clubhouse that it will be wide open for you. You will be out, and there will be somebody else coming on in. And Roop is very adamant on winning. Playing in London is I'm not going to say win or nothing, but is very darn close. And if you do not meet London expectations of winning a championship, you are out. I've seen it happen. It is what it is. So, and I don't talk, honestly, a lot about this often on this podcast, about how I actually feel about London, because the fan base deserves everything. Roop and Scott deserve their flowers. They put a lot into this. So the new players that are coming in, don't take this for granted, because you'll be the first one out if you start to suck. And I have seen that. It is what it is. Tough go. It's business now. And then Toronto. If Puig is there, great. If he is not, well, here we are. There wasn't really much sparkle to that lineup after that. So it is what it is. Nothing against them. Like, I have a lot of respect for some of the guys that are on that team that I know, but I saw one game and it wasn't desirable. That's my 9.
Okay, there you go.
Hopefully I don't hurt anyone's feelings with that.
Hey, again, these are one of those things where we welcome the bulletin board material and the laughing at us in August. We make these predictions because they're fun. They get a lot of attention, and well, if you don't like that you're near the bottom, play better. If you like that you're near the top, don't let it go to your head. Just play the games, because that's why we play the games.
100%.
Well, let's go into my predictions here. And it does kind of come with the caveat that it also includes my bold prediction for the 2026 season. So I have Welland, Barrie, Guelph, Hamilton, and my bold prediction for 2026 that the Kitchener Panthers, call me a homer all you want. You can do the same thing with Guelph too, because yes, I do work for both teams, but the Kitchener Panthers are playoff bound for 2026. Chatham-Kent, London, Brantford, Toronto. That rounds out my 1 through 9. Welland, Barrie. You guys said it already. The 2 finalists from last year. As Ric Flair said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. A little woo-woo for you. Put on those alligator shoes. Let's have some fun here in the 2026 season. Guelph, they showed their might yet again. Back-to-back semifinalists, did go to the finals a couple of years ago after defeating Welland too. I think they're up there, and I think that that core is still intact from a couple of years ago, and they have improved. Hamilton, I think they have their due. Kitchener, I feel like they have some stuff in place, and if they have their pitching really cook for them and they can play as well as they played in those 2 preseason games, I think they have something going for them, and the structure is there that they can indeed make it into that 5 spot. And that's no offense to the other teams that are in the bottom: Chatham, Kent, London, Brantford, and Toronto. I just feel like those are your 5 teams in the playoffs. Chatham Kent, they have some might, they have some pop to them. But I do think that it's kind of that upset where Kitchener can be over top of them. London, I feel like they're not as much improved as they were last season when they lost in a sweep to Guelph in the playoffs. Brantford, I don't think they're in last place anymore. They did have that hot streak last year And for the same reason that Braeden brought up when it comes to a certain number 66, if he doesn't play the entire season, I feel like there's some deficiencies there that our friend Dennis Bailey will have to address in Leafland in order to get them out of the basement. But again, we make these predictions, put them on the bulletin board, use them to fuel you, whether good or bad. Now, I did mention my bold prediction: Kitchener making the playoffs. Guys, you have some bold predictions too.
Yep, I got a couple of them. We've been talking about him a ton, but Yasiel Puig, he's kind of the highlight of the league right now. If Toronto can get 40 plus games out of him, my bold prediction is the Leafs will make the top 5. We'll be in the playoffs. So that's definitely a big if. We'll see on May 26th whether or not we'll see how much we'll see of him. But that's my first one. And my second one involves, again, we talked about him a ton, Welland Jackfish. It seems like the strong got stronger. Adding Gideon, there's not many weak spots on that roster. The first place isn't enough of a bold prediction, but I'll say if things go all well for them, I could see them ending up with single-digit losses. So 9 losses, so they could win up to 39 games, which would be just an outstanding winning percentage. So that would be my 2 bold predictions for the CBL.
All right.
So mine is a little different. I just went through my 1 to 9. But if that's a big old asterisk, if everything goes right, Brantford makes the playoffs. Yep.
All right.
Crazy.
Love it. Brantford, who do you replace?
It's going to get you ready for next year's hockey season. Guelph.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately.
All right. Well, it's a Memorial Cup year coming up for the Guelph Storm, so it gives me a little bit of extra time to prep. So thank you. You're so courteous, Braeden. Thank you so very much. Yeah.
Special.
That's all I'm going to say. But speaking of predictions, we got 2 more to get to, and it's the league MVP and the top pitcher. I'm going to let you guys go first on this one. League MVP and top pitcher, Dan.
Yeah, I'm going back to Welland. Jonah Weisner, only 26 on opening day, had an outstanding year last year, 932 OPS, great walk rate, great strikeout rate. He's always on base. With the expanded season, we could see double-digit homers out of him. We could see 30-plus steals. He already scores more than a run a game, so that stat line is just going to pop out at you. So, and plus add in a good glove at an important position. That's going to be my pick for league MVP. On the pitching side of it, a teammate of his, Tio Ortega, an ace in this league. You take last year, Owen Boone was the league MVP. You take him out of the equation, you can easily make an argument that Ortega was not only the pitcher of the year, but the league MVP if Boone is not in the situation, not in the league. His numbers up and down, 38% strikeout rate, doesn't walk anybody. Nobody gets hits against them. You know, they're usually playing from ahead, which always helps as well. So that's my pick for pitcher of the year in 2026.
All right.
So for me, I'm gonna have to go back to the pond as well on this one. Probably the best hitter I've ever faced in my whole career, and now he's only better, which is mind-boggling to me. Justin Gideon, MVP. I've said it once before on this podcast. Let's say it again. He's good. Pitcher. This is where it's like a dark horse, but not really. As the avid Canadian Baseball League fan in the past, when the lights got bright and the games got bigger, which now they are because of all the playoff implications, who do you want on the mound? I'm taking Frank Garces. Josh Matlow's had a great supporting cast for him, and he's a big leaguer. He knows how to win. He knows how to pitch. And at the end of the day, There's a lot of new faces in this league that want to become a household name that might be a little jumpy and on the front foot. Frank is just going to do his thing, and it might be ugly. It might be. So Frank Garces is my pitcher.
All right. Well, I'm going to agree with you on Justin Gideon. Again, maybe it's just trying to hype him up too much to see if he can handle it. And I know Justin does pay attention to us, so no pressure. And we're looking forward to seeing what you can do all season. And again, open invite. Come on anytime. Love to chat with you. Alfred Vega of the Guelph Royals is my pitcher of the year. We have seen it in years past, the Guelph Royals unable to make it to the mountaintop, whether it's the pennant or the championship. But one thing that they have had going for them over the last number of years is quality pitching.
Yep.
Whether it's Claudio Custodio winning the MVP and breaking the strikeout record, whether or not you want to say he went over 200 with that pennant game, that is completely up to you. But he wins the MVP and Pitcher of the Year award. You fast forward a little bit, Jacob Cush wins Pitcher of the Year as well. This year, the ace of the pitching staff is Alfred Vega, and what we saw last year with Guelph, fans do hope to see a little bit more pop in the bats. They do have that ability. It's just a matter of actually getting it done. But if they falter, it's going to be their pitching that's going to have to step up to the plate. And I feel like they have the pitching staff to do that. And I think leading the way is going to be Alfred Vega. Had great numbers last season, played as high as AAA. So getting a guy that was playing as high as AAA a season ago coming into the CBL, I mean, that's something to have there. So Alfred Vega is my top pitcher in the CBL for 2026. Again, these are just predictions. Put them up on the bulletin board. Use them however you want. Now we're going to go to school. There are a couple of changes. I'll get on the video side of things and just how it kind of works with the YouTube links and whatnot. But first, I want to start with Point Streak. Point Streak is out. A new database is in. Dan, you've got to play with it a little bit. A, is it user-friendly? And B, kind of give us up to date on what fans can expect and where they can see these stats all season long.
Yeah, the user friendliness, it's going to have some quirks, as Point Streak did. It's going to take some getting used to. I think we even saw it in the game yesterday. For a couple innings, Toronto didn't have all their runs in there. It was just, I'm sure, just a miscue on the using the app. So, but they got it corrected by later in the game. Eric Spearn, the Hamilton Cardinals owner, developed it, and it's going to look really clean on the fan side. Lots of statistics. You see swinging strikes, called strikes, and that's something I enjoy seeing more of the advanced statistics throughout the league as they go pro. It's something hopefully they'll get it improved. But all in all, it's going to be an improvement. Point Streak, better days behind it, so it got a little bit outdated. And, it's not going to be supported anymore. So it was time for a change, and let's hope all goes well this year.
Again, 15 years of Point Streak stats. I know that Eric Spirit and the team are trying to work on kind of backdating some of the stats. They have backdated a lot of stats into the system already. I think pre-2010s, they are starting to try to work at putting some of those stats in as well. They are available online. It's just a matter of, getting the people involved to be able to, manually input those stats into the system. And, obviously the goal is to input all the stats, when it comes to the history of the league. There's so much to go through. We're talking, it is over 100 years, this league, but I'm even just talking like 1958 and up. There are stats available that are out there. Some of them are not online. Surely nothing pre-1999 at this point, but there is work on the behind the scenes, and I believe that is the ultimate goal, to get all the stats collected into one. So there's kind of a true statistical history at your fingertips of the IBL, now CBL. So I know that's kind of in the works right now. On my side of things, I obviously work as the play-by-play voice of the Kitchener Panthers and the Guelph Royals. I do a lot of the work behind the scenes, just in terms of programming these things into place. And one of the things that we are doing this year is the new systems, whether it's playing on Roku TV, Apple TV, what have you. It's more than just YouTube now. You can access them on smart TVs now. Android TV is also another one of those. But this season, how it routes, and it could be different with other teams if they figured it out. But this might be the easier way to do it. This is surely how we are doing it. You noticed it in the Toronto game yesterday, where Toronto did put out a YouTube link saying upcoming that this game is coming, the CBL home opener against the Panthers. But you probably noticed that that link did not work, and a separate link actually showed up, and that was the true stream. So how we have to do it on the back end now is it's programmed through a different website, not through YouTube. It is just programmed through this website, and it sends that link to YouTube. It creates the link when it goes live. So if you're one of those that decides, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock game is coming up, I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm just going to click the link, have it ready, popped up as a window. So when 2 o'clock starts, it's just going to start up for me. That's not the case anymore, at least when it comes to Kitchener and Guelph. I'm not speaking for other teams here. They might have figured out a different way. It might be a multi-streaming way, which takes up a little bit more bandwidth, which is going to be a little bit more difficult to actually uphold the stream. So I am doing it in terms of having it pop up live on YouTube. And if you do have access to Roku TV and all those other platforms where CBL TV is going to be available, it'll show up on those when it does go live as well. So just to kind of give a little bit of background on, if you click that Toronto link and originally and saw that this is not working, well, this is why. And that's basically the end all be all of that. All right, guys, big schedule upcoming. The first full week of CBL action coming up. What are your games of the week?
I'll start with this one because I think this is the next game we have in the CBL Thursday night. It's a big one. It's involving the 1-0 Toronto Maple Leafs heading up to Barrie. So you got to assume Garces is going to be on the mound. I'm not sure who Toronto is going to put out for game 2, but it'll be an interesting one up there. So, Toronto and Barrie, kind of a rivalry game there, I guess. So, but another chance to see Puig add to maybe that total facing Garces. So that's the one I'll definitely be tuned into on Thursday night.
Yeah, for me, it'll be Friday, London, Barrie. Pano, I'm assuming he's going to be on the mound because he's the guy. And just to see how the new guys react to now the bright lights, not the fake preseason lights. Barrie, they're coming in. Yeah, I'm not going to say getting dismantled in the final game of the year, but they just ran out of steam. How about we just, start off on a good stretch of wins, because last year they had the quote unquote hangover. I don't know, maybe something could happen. But then on the flip side, you have London with all these new guys, and you don't know. That's more my intrigue is where how both storylines are going to kind of coincide here. So that's what I'm really not hyper focused on, but more so cheering on Payano because good dude.
All right.
He's my guy.
Again, call me a homer if you want. My game of the weekend is a rematch of the semifinals, Guelph in Welland. I saw that series with my own eyes a year ago. I even saw that series 2 years ago with my own eyes. These two teams do not like each other one bit. Yes, they might have a little bit of personnel changes, but the core for both teams remains the same. The hatred remains the same. I am very much looking forward to seeing Guelph in Welland. It is the home opener for the Welland Jackfish as well. So it is going to be a barn burner at the pond to say the very least. And that is our games of the week. And there's a whole lot of other games happening throughout the weekend. Check cbl.ca for the full schedule, and we will recap those games on next week's show. Well, for those tuning in on Rogers TV, we thank you for joining us here on another episode of the CBL Changeup. He's Dan, he's Braeden, I'm Mark. We will see you next time. If you're tuning in on YouTube or listening in on Apple or Spotify, stay with us. Coming up next is our chat with Malik and Josh Williams, brothers and first-time teammates, as they are both infielders with the Kitchener Panthers. So stay with us. And again, those on Rogers TV, we'll see you next time. Welcome back to the CBL Changeup. Mark and Braeden with you. And while I'm sporting the Kitchener Panthers hat, got to represent the Kitchener Panthers because we got a couple of guests here today. The Williams brothers, Malik and Josh, newest members of the Kitchener Panthers. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure.
Now, is this the first time in a while? Like, when was the last time you guys were on the same club team like this?
Never. We never played together. Just
Never.
The first time ever, yeah. Only against each other, yeah.
Has this always been kind of like a goal of you guys? And, what kind of led to the decision, that kind of thing? Or
honestly, like, it hasn't been a goal for us, I'd say. But, like, he kept saying it, and I was like, yeah, but, like, I didn't really want to go to Hamilton, you know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not going there. And, things just worked out good, and got to Kitchener, and they were just like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do this.
Exactly. And we're 4.5 years apart. So because of that, like, high school never really worked out, college never really worked out. So now that we're in that, like, semi-pro life, like, it's finally been able to, like he said, like, I've been the one that's like, we got to make it work. We got to make it happen. And he's like, yeah, if it happens, it happens. I'm like, nah, forget all that. We have to make this work. We had to make it work. But no, it's cool to be able to actually do it and do this together and just have our parents only come to one game now instead of splitting their time and going to different games all over the place now. So yeah, it'll be fun.
they're not having to like dual screen or anything like that anymore.
Exactly, like before.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty sure they're the entire family's pretty happy that you guys are together like this.
For sure.
For sure.
Both of you guys bring some pop to the table. Jack Couch is a hitter-friendly ballpark, so I'm imagining you guys are pretty psyched up for that too.
Oh yeah, that was a big factor with the signing for sure, I'd say.
Yeah, honestly, for both of us, like, we think about like the impact that we could potentially bring in. That was one of the things that we thought about, and it made it very easy to choose Kitchener over other places for sure.
What was the process like for both of you guys? Because you guys were both in different situations, Barrie as well as Hamilton. I guess how did this all kind of come together?
For me, I was just in a situation where I knew what I wanted out of this season. So there was no bad blood over there or anything, but I was just at a point where we had end of season meetings and all of that, and I was just like, hey, like, I appreciate everything you guys have done for me, but I would like to be let go so that I can decide on where I'm going next. Because in my mind, I was like, I knew deep down that like I wanted to play with him, whether that was me going up north or whether that was me like wherever we ended up. But I knew that at the end of the day, the goal was for us to play together, that this season at least. And I knew that wasn't happening if I stayed.
Yeah, and for me too, same thing. Like, no bad blood, but yeah, for what I wanted this year, I think, with rehabbing the knee and all of that, I think Kitchener was just a better place for me to, play with Josh and, have another great group of guys. I know Shanif because I used to play with him back in the OBJ days. So, just a familiar face I knew. So I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, and it's nice because it's like we're coming onto a team where, like, yeah, it's a very young team, but it's full of guys that, like, we've kind of just known for years, both of us. We've both known a lot of them for years. So it's cool to go into a space where, like you have that kind of familiarity already.
Malik, you mentioned the rehab on the knee. You go down in mid-June. Usually it's Josh that's been dealing with all the injuries the last few years. Knock on wood that you guys have some healthy
No.
seasons coming up here playing together. But Malik, what's kind of been the rehab process like? What's it been like for you just to kind of come back and be healthy here for 2026?
Yeah. For me, I didn't think it was gonna be as tough, honestly. Like, I remember like the first, I think 8 weeks of like after surgery, I couldn't do like anything, no weight bearing. So, couldn't do any of that. Like, I finally started like lifting in the gym like 4 months after, and that's like a 5 pound ankle weight. Like, and my hammy was burning. You know what I mean? At the 6 month mark, I finally got cleared to do like baseball activities. So, and that was like a few weeks ago, actually. So, really just getting like it all down right now and getting after it every day. Like, today I went to the park and just started running, just running the bases, taking lead off, stuff like that. So yeah.
What's it been like from the brother's perspective? Like any advice he's been able to offer you, just the rehab process and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely. Like he said, it's like it's obviously not gonna feel the same. Like, and he was telling me about like cloudy days too. Cloudy days, like it's gonna feel weird and stuff like that. But yeah, he just said, bro, like trust your doctor. Like
Trust the doctor is huge.
he's a Blue Jays doctor for a reason. You know what I mean? Like he's good at what he does, and trust him because obviously, like when you come back from surgeries, you're like it's not like you're shy, but like you're kind of like scared to like do too much. You know what I mean? Because like the last time I swung before this, my knee popped like just swinging. So yeah, I was just trusting the process. Yeah.
Now, Josh, for you, I mean, you come into 2025, you had a few years where you weren't able to get in full seasons. You get
Yeah.
in, what, 31 games or something like that last year. What does that do for your confidence? Because I know, like, I've been in sports before where I have been hit with the injury bug left and right, and it does become a mental game, really. So
Mhm.
being able to have that full season, I can imagine that it does kind of help your confidence moving forward.
For sure. And I always put a big part of that into how the 2024 season ended for me. So as much as that was like a very limited action season, I finished that season feeling really good. And I kind of just made sure I took that into the winter, took that into live at bats. Um, got a ton of live at bats in last winter leading up to that season. And so by the time, and it kind of helped that we had like almost like 7 exhibition games too. So that by the time the season came, it was just like I just kind of felt like I was just finishing off like how I kind of ended the regular season in Chatham, and it kind of just carried in. But no, it was good to play that amount of games. I haven't done that since like 2018. Like even the 2019 season when I got injured in the Frontier and I came back, like I maybe only had like 50 at bats in London in 2019, and so it was nice to kind of get near that 100 mark. And this year, I'm definitely looking to pass that. So it'll be, yeah, just health.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like it's fun though, and it's been cool to kind of figure out things that work because it's like my brother said, like I mentioned to him, I was like, hey, it doesn't really feel fully the same. It still doesn't, but it's just like learning the new player you are. And I feel like that's a big part of my last like 3 seasons, like 23, 24, 25, was learning how like the new version of me works, what works well, what doesn't work like how it used to, and kind of figuring out how to kind of make that the best version it can be. So yeah, no, it's always like a little challenge for me at least to kind of like keep fine tuning that.
Question for the both of you. 2026, it's a new era. It's the CBL. It's a professional league now. What do you guys make of the new landscape?
Yeah. I mean, I've been hearing it a lot that it was gonna happen, so I was like, about time. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely excited for it. A bunch of great players in the league, and the league's getting better every year. So definitely excited about that. So yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I remember even in 23 when I started that year in Welland, I remember like our media day then, like Harrison was telling us that this was coming in a few years. And like even then you're kind of like, yeah, like, we'll see. But then like each year that passed and we keep getting closer and closer, I'm like, oh shoot, like this is really about to happen. So it's cool to kind of get that recognition that this league really truly has deserved for, I'd say, at least a few years now. Because the way pitching was when I first got here in 2019 is nowhere near what it was in 2023 when I came back from injury and not really playing in those 4 years. So that was another thing. It was like coming back from injury and it's like everything just ramped up. So it was like me catching up to that too. So like I feel like a lot of the people that have played since 22 onward, they should be given their flowers because they're really the reason why this league is what it is now and it's professional because they raised that level to become that.
Yeah. Congratulations, Braeden. You just got some flowers.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I got something for him later.
Okay, Mark, you don't know this, okay, but
Yeah.
like, so Josh is like one of like my favorite fun teammates of all time. Like this guy in the room brings the energy. Doesn't matter like what time of day it is. Like I remember a time where like we got off the bus in London and like he was just, Malik, you would know this. Josh was doing his thing, just like very energetic in the room. And it's like 1:30 in the morning, coming back from like Guelph or something. And everyone's just like, shut up. Stop talking. And then he just kept getting louder and louder just to piss people off. And I love that.
Yeah, that's me. Fun. That's me for sure.
But like, okay, so here's like Mark, professional questions now out the window.
Have at her, man.
So
Floor is yours.
Malik, Josh, what's the real number of all the balls going out of Jack Couch this year from each of you?
Hey, we had a bet with some of our friends.
We have a combined number in our head, and we have
you won't say
there's definitely I don't want to say it, but it's up there. Hey, like if
we
yeah,
can't
it's definitely up there.
Come on, like it's not no little thing, you know?
Yeah, because I was even thinking about like my last year, for example, in Hamilton, and I was like, damn, like some of those like deep flyouts, some of those like doubles and stuff. I'm like, damn, those at the couch are like
those are out.
well out.
Oh yeah.
Like, so it's like, yeah, it's gonna look different for sure. Like it's definitely gonna look different. I remember last year at the couch, I think it was like my third home run of the season. I hit it and right away I was mad. I was like kissed my teeth, like kind of tossed my bat down, like upset. And then the outfielder's running to the fence.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh okay.
Bro, Mark,
like, yeah, like we have a number in our head that we're definitely hunting, and if we do what we're supposed to do, we'll definitely both be able to help the team big time for sure.
I'm sure that was the no game too. I mean, everybody thinks about the Owen Boone no. You guys still put 18 runs on the board.
Yeah. It was that
crazy
game.
to see locked
It was
in
that game.
Long pitching. Wow.
Oh
man.
So like so here's a big challenge, okay? So Mark, you're gonna love this. Everybody in Kitchener's gonna love this. If either one of you two, this is just out there, go deep in the home opener, the following podcast, I'll wear a Kitchener hoodie.
Okay.
For the podcast.
Okay.
Ooh,
that's what I love to see. Yes, let's do it.
I like that.
Yeah.
No hat?
We're gonna try to make
I don't have hats. I don't have the hats. I already have the hoodie.
You might have to borrow a hat though.
I got a hat
from Mark.
Yeah, he got one for you.
I got a couple.
I'm picky on the hats though. Like I gotta have like some sort of style.
Whoa, you don't like our style?
Oh.
Well, it just needs a little fixing.
Speaking of gear, Huzzy messaged me the other day and he was like, damn, like I just got your jersey last year.
You did, yeah. Oh man.
Hey, Thursday, wait till you see the new uniforms. You're gonna like them.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
hey, they did well.
Yeah, like the alter ego ones are unreal. Like I want the hat. That hat is unreal.
Oh yeah.
That too, but like even
Mhm.
like we're not gonna leak the secrets yet. We just want to just pop out with it. I
Right.
feel like we're like, if I was to guess, we're probably gonna wear the one that Malik and I are thinking of in our heads on opening day. I hope, but they're very nice,
Mhm.
very very nice.
Yeah, I didn't spill the secrets either. I've seen them. I can
Mhm.
vouch. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
definitely
They
vouch.
did well.
They did
Mhm.
good.
So Mark, so here's a fun one for you, Mark.
Oh,
So
shoot.
I think it was 2014, Malik, when you were in Barrie.
Mhm.
I was facing you on the mound, and literally, I got you in an 0-2 count. In the back of my brain, I'm like, if he gets a hit off me, Josh is never gonna let me like live this down. Like literally, all I hear is Josh's like voice in the background. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. And I'm like, and I think I walked you. I'm pretty sure I
From
walked you.
0-2. Jeez.
Yeah, from 0-2 to walk. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then I
Hey,
got
Thursday's
pulled,
right,
yelled
bro.
at.
He's right. Because ask Thursday how many times, like, anytime Malik played us and Malik was doing well, I was like, hey, you can't be throwing him now.
No, no shot.
Oh man.
Like I've
Good
seen so many,
times.
like honestly, like so many pitchers like try to challenge Malik with a fastball, like middle, and like in my brain, I'm like, you guys are the dumbest human beings alive. And I'm out here, I'm just trying to like, I'm trying to get as slow as possible with the same arm speed. I'm like, let's just try to loosen up the grip here, see how slow I can get it, because he's gonna swing, and thank God he didn't hit it out. I would definitely never hear the end of that one.
Oh yeah. No, you got to
Like-
tell him fastball to me. The only fastball, middle. Yes.
Yes.
Especially at the couch. That's what I need, guys. Come on.
Mhm. Guys are gonna have to paint the corners at couch.
Oh
yeah.
man.
For
Oh,
sure.
it's gonna be good.
I still remember you guys for the last few years. Pretty sure I've needed a few packs of Fisherman's Friends just on your home runs alone.
That's funny.
Like
Oh
you
man,
need-
it's gonna
you
be
need
a
to
fun
mic
one.
up
It's gonna
right.
be a fun one.
Mhm.
But it's like that's the thing. It's like when you look at like the whole like roster, it's like there's a lot more juice this year in the in the lineup. Lots, like, and including the ones that were already on the team last year. Like
Yeah.
it's some good additions all around. Infielders,
sure.
outfielders. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be a fun year for sure. And I'm looking excited. I'm looking forward. To meeting a lot of them, because tomorrow we're getting together, our media day. So it'll be good to kind of just see all the new faces and all of that. It'll be fun.
Maybe we should set a wager that maybe we get Braeden on board one of these years.
To what?
I know you've been a London true and true kind of guy, Braeden, but
Have
you're
I
amongst
though?
you're amongst three Kitchener guys here.
All right, I gotta let you guys in on a secret though.
Okay.
I gotta let you guys in on a secret.
Wait, what is
So
it?
B Thursday over here, he has the Jack Couch flu.
I do.
Anytime it's time to pitch at Jack Couch, he is not showing up.
Really?
I don't know what happened. I just get sick, and I'm like, do I really-
Or it's like, ooh.
Yep. Yeah,
That's smart.
I got
That's smart.
the Tommy John in the shoulder happening. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't
any
know.
Jack Couch game, you would have swore he needs surgery.
Yeah. What happened? Well, it's funny because like our previous podcast that we did for, I guess, the preseason. So Bakes was on,
Oh,
and
yes.
he was talking about how he filled in for a game at Jack Couch, and I was pitching, and he was younger, didn't really know the lay of the land yet. And I remember vividly, this is 2019. I give up a bomb to Keegan Marsden, and I'm on the mound, and I could hear this kid from the press box. He's like, and that ball is crushed, like yelling it. And I'm like, bro, like we get it. We get it. And that also, I think that was probably the last time I pitched at Jack Couch.
He just very animated about it. He's like, that
Oh,
ball
yeah.
was absolutely launched.
Yeah. I'm like, like I don't know. Yeah, he hit it. Like, it is what it is.
Man. Like, just so many memories at that park, and it's gonna be cool to like be there full time, because I just remember all the balls like Cleveland used to hit out there, like
Yep.
like all the way up the lights, like crossing at the lights and stuff. Like, geez, it's gonna be it's gonna
I
be
feel
fun.
bad. I feel bad for all the cars on Highway 7 with all of these nukes heading their way.
Oh yeah, all the righties like shoot, Malik, Junior, Scansy, Gross, like yeah, it's gonna be crazy over there.
Like I will say this, like last year I was so critical on Kitchener. Mark, I think you remember
Yeah.
that. I called him out. I said, hey, like people are paying good money to watch this. Like I would say this, finally, Kitchener has built a lineup for their ballpark.
Mhm.
Like no time. Like what are we doing? Like
No, they did what they had to do, and they did the right thing. And then on top of that too, which is like another thing, like I'll give flowers to them for, is like the arms that, because like we're already in contact with a lot of those guys that just got here, and
Arms are looking
I'm
way
not
better.
gonna give the league too many damn secrets
Yeah,
yet, but
yeah.
I'm talking, it's looking good. Like that's what I'm most excited to see, honestly, and like just to see how well they do, because I have no doubt that they won't succeed. They look great, and
Honestly, I'm
they're
happy
obviously
about
put in the work too. So it's
Yeah.
cool to have them. It's cool to see how much like effort they put into like grabbing solid arms as well.
I'm happy we don't have to face some of them.
Yeah, and honestly, like the way some of them are looking, I was like, this is just amazing.
Well, and he continues to work too. I mean, I get a message yesterday. Hey, we just signed a guy that's hitting like 380 in Italy, Samuel Bruno, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm.
say less, Shanif. Let's
Right?
go.
Yeah, no, like it's they did their thing. It's definitely gonna show. I think it is, at least. It's a good group. Like all the guys, like, especially the ones that Malik and I have met already. Like the more local group. All those guys are solid. Great energy. Like it's cool to be around them.
And I'm thinking, like, obviously, when you think about some of these championship teams, it doesn't matter what sports, what league. One of the most common things they talk about is just the guys in the room being close and just having a tight knit group, no drama, no BS, if you will. It really feels like, just by talking to you guys here, it seems like you're getting kind of a lot of those characteristics already together before the season
Already.
starts.
Yeah, already for sure. And it's like that's gonna be a thing, like especially as like Malik and I were looking at the roster, the date of birth the other day, and I was kind of like, damn, I'm like old on this team.
I've never been the old, like one of the older ones. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, especially for Malik to be one of the old ones. Like that's like Malik's a 99, and there's way more 2000s than anyone older than 99. So it'll be cool to kind of just like make sure like the group's getting all together, doing things off the field, because I feel like the teams that I've been a part of, like the two London teams, and even that first part of the year where I was in Welland, it's like the difference between those teams and the other teams I was on in the league is just those two teams, like London and Welland, we did everything together off the field. Like we would go grab bevs, like we'd go bowl, we'd do a whole bunch of things. Like we'd have barbecues, like even if we we're just grabbing food, like we oftentimes did things together, and it matters. It definitely matters.
Being the veterans on this team now, and you mentioned the numbers that you guys have in your head for home runs between the two of you. Is there like a little internal competition between the two of you of
There's
who's
a
going to hit
competition.
more?
Yeah. Yeah, that competition is about a whole bunch of things, not just home runs. But yeah, it's a like I give him some crap too. Like even though like I've primarily over the last few years like DH'd instead of first, but it's like the other day we're like practicing at the yard in Cambridge on the turf, and like Malik like missed a couple ground balls. I was like, damn man, come on, sheesh. Like, and it's funny because it's like now we're like playing the same position, so it's like it's definitely competitive. It's fun. It's definitely fun.
I hope he knows though. He's not this DH. We're gonna be switching up. You know. Like,
he's like, yeah. We're not just doing that.
Oh, so since you say that, are we gonna bring up that knee brace?
who,
Nah,
No, Josh.
Oh,
it's retired. It's retired. Yeah, 2023. Yeah, it got retired in that season.
Oh man,
No more.
we need that knee brace back.
Good vibes though with that knee brace. But nah, yeah, we're gonna suck it up and get out there for sure.
Leave that brace in the past.
Yeah, that brace. I feel like that was another thing for me in 23. It's like it would almost make me even think about my knee and almost not trust it even more. So that's why like that off season after 23, I focused so much on like being like so much work in the gym to be at the point mentally where I was like I could play without it.
True.
And at least I knew I could play without it in 23, but it was like mentally where I knew I could play without it, if that makes sense. So yeah, no, that's gone. I need to throw it on a bonfire or something.
So Mark, so this is funny because like we can kind of like hype this up for Josh.
Yeah, of course.
This will be more like a story, like poll. Like, how tight do Josh's pants get this year?
Oh, like are we looking like Robbie Ray kind of level tight or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to think of all my pants. The tightest ones were definitely the London ones.
Yeah.
And then there's a Hamilton pair that were definitely very close.
That's what I was thinking about. Wait, the London ones were tight too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's why I had to wear the brace on the outside.
I learned my lesson with tight pants.
But this year is because I already got them done. Like they it's in the middle of that in how like kind of like my Welland ones fit. Like it's definitely tighter on the tighter end, but nowhere near as tight as the London face. I forgot about those. Malik, yeah, you have to see those.
I only thought like your Hamilton ones are super tight because I wore his Hamilton ones once. I remember I was stretching like before the game in the outfield, doing the butterfly. They almost split. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, Malik, these London pants were literally like leggings on him.
Spray painted on. They were spray painted on. Every game I had to put a new they were spray painted on. So I remember when I like tore everything in my knee. Damn, that was a sad day because then I lost that pair. They had to cut them off at the hospital.
Oh,
I was like, yo, can we just slide them off? They're like, no.
No.
Sad day.
Yeah.
Has it just always been
here's
just been like a comfort thing or?
Honestly, it's like you guys will see. Like I'm rocking more of like the shoot. Who has something similar? Would you say to the look now? Malik, because Malik, you've seen them.
I don't know. I think you got it from Clemson back in the day.
I got the Clemson cuts back in the day, and that's just been in my mind since when they introduced that. But now it's like more of like it's more like definitely like it's not skin tight no more. It's not like that. It's definitely like thinner, but no. Like for example, when I brought them in to get tapered, like the guy put in like needles in the pants, and I could just tell that it was going to be a little looser than I wanted. So once I went back in the room, I like moved it an inch. Like I moved each of the needles an inch, and then as soon as he like made them and I picked them up on yesterday actually, he was like, I was like, yes, see, I knew I was right. These are perfect.
So here's another good question for Josh at least, because Mark will have a good laugh at this one too. So this has nothing to do baseball related.
Yes, I already know.
All right, baseball related. Josh, first day police college, you see another ginger standing there. What were your initial thoughts?
Yo, since when is B. Furzy a police officer? and then, hey man, my name's Logan. I'm B. Furzy's brother.
Yes.
I was like, no way.
Jeez.
He's literally like B. Furzy with like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's crazy. That
Well,
was the
man.
craziest stuff I've ever seen. I was like, wait a sec. They're looking too damn familiar right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I love your brother,
Josh.
bro. I love your brother.
So if you didn't know this, so Mark called my brother's hockey games up north.
No
That
way.
was his first gig.
Oh, that's
Way
dope.
back in the day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I knew Logan before I knew Braeden.
Yeah.
No
Wow.
way. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. No, I love Logan. Great guy. Great times at OPC. No, but it was good. And that was cool too, is like even after police college, like say when I was back in London in 23, for example, and like your dad were at
Yep.
the games and stuff. Like sometimes your dad would be like, hey, like I'm actually on the phone with Logan, like come say hi. And like I'd come over, chat with him real quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was cool. Got to know even more of the family through Logan.
Oh yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
It's funny. So a couple of Christmases ago, I went up to Timmins to see my family,
Mhm.
and I'm just getting out of the gym, just kind of doing my thing, not really thinking about it too much. And this police car is like pulling up slowly, and a guy gets out of the vehicle, and I'm thinking, oh great, did somebody break into somebody's vehicle? I'm checking my tires, just making sure like I'm all good.
Yeah.
It's Logan. Comes
Yeah,
up, hey,
man.
how's it going? I'm like,
You're
long
like,
time
no
no see.
way.
Man. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Love your brother, bro. Great vibes. Great vibes. Great vibes as a whole family, man.
Yeah.
Hey, roll.
My first time at Labatt Park, I end up showing up, and his dad, Dave, is there right in the ballpark. Sees me immediately, pulls me aside. I think I talked to him for about half an hour.
Mhm.
Like
Nice.
it did
Nice.
not stop.
Hey.
I loved it. I loved
If
the
his dad gets
conversation
you,
though.
you're stuck.
Yeah.
You can't get out now. Yeah. But that's why I love his dad. That's why I love his dad. It's always great combos with his dad.
Oh God, yeah.
Hopefully we see him this summer at a London Kitchener game.
I'll bring him to a Kitchener game. He comes down,
Perfect.
Yeah, we gotta set that
Kitchener
up.
sweater,
Oh,
yes.
and I'll do it.
Yeah.
No, like that's what I love about like sports. It's just the different relationships you make with like people of the public or like like the fans. Like that's like the biggest reason as to I feel like why a lot of us still love it and have fun with it, because a lot of that kind of makes the rough days a little better for sure. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to what is to come with the Kitchener Panthers. Let's get into the playoffs and see what happens through
Yes.
there.
Yes, we got to.
Yeah. And please hit a home run during the home openers so we can
Yes.
get
Oh
Braeden
yeah,
in
one of
some
us
Kitchener
got
gear.
it. So we got to make him wear some gear. We got to make him wear some
Awesome.
gear. We're
Yes,
gonna have to make Neil throw on some gear too.
Yeah. It's gonna be full. I have all the Kitchener gear here, so I'll help them out.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, Malik, Josh, thanks so much for joining us here today, and all the best throughout the regular season. I know I'll be seeing you all summer long.
Oh yeah. Thanks for having us, guys. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
appreciate it, guys.
The Williams brothers, Malik and Josh, thanks again. Thank you for tuning in to the CBL Changeup. We will see you next time.